that just threw me off. I'm sorry. The lights just turned off.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Unscripted. Welcome to another episode. I have another special guest, Scoop. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So I know that you're a photographer, right? How long have you been doing photography?
Since 2017 is when I first started really going. Bought the camera, started taking pictures just of friends, things like that. And then start taking it serious and building my company in 2020.
Yeah. Wow, that's like soon after. Yeah. You know, most people like spend a lot of years, so.
No, it was time to get to it. Yeah. 2019 was when I really like locked in and learned everything I needed to know to get a business started. And then, you know, nip passing was motivational for a lot of people. So I think that's why around a lot of people started their business 2020, pandemic and everything. We just figured out like it's time to get serious and make sure, you know, we not caught slipping again. So
Right. I respect that. So do you do just photography or do you do like videography? What can you elaborate?
Yeah, so my first couple of years I was just strictly doing stills, and I started getting asked, do you do videos? Do you do videos? And I would say no, even though I know how, I know how to edit everything. But I was turning it down because I wanted to really just hone in on my craft and get better at it before I moved on and try to, you know, bite off more than I can chew. But then gradually I was like, okay, maybe I'm, you know, stopping myself from growing by turning it down. So I started taking on some projects where I had to do videos and podcasts, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It's very tedious, you know.
Like the editing and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the whole process. You know, people got to understand, you know, when you book a photographer or anyone of any service really, but definitely like photography, videography, there's a lot you don't see. Like, yeah, during the event or whatever the situation is, during that time, yeah, that's one part of it, that may be 2 to 4 hours. But the preparation before that is one thing. And then after that, you know, with the editing and things like that, especially if you were like myself, I'm still working in corporate, things like that. So I still have a job to go to every morning. Gotcha. So it does consume a lot of your time. And, you know, when you have multiple projects, you know what I mean? Like, you can get backed up. So.
Oh, I do understand. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you enjoy it, it's all good.
Right. That's what I was about to ask you. So would you consider it like your passion? Like it is?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, this was one of the passions that actually, like, I would say, kind of grew on me. Like, I didn't grow up wanting to do this, but once I started doing it, it was just so natural. And then I thought back to when I was younger, I always did have a thing for this, but I never looked at it as something I wanted to do professionally until I start really seeing, like, you know, I really enjoy like taking pictures. That's why I've even with the videos, I was turning it down just because I'm like, I enjoy this taking the pictures, like the stills. Like, I really enjoy being able to take a picture and it makes you wonder what that looked like in real time. The video kind of just, it's like a spoiler alert. It's showing you what happened. A picture, you kind of got to like guess. So
like the mystery behind it in a way. Okay.
You know, like the 1,000 words they say a picture says. So I just really enjoy the art of that. Taking a still picture and having so much engulfed in it that you kind of feel like you were there. You can imagine what might have been happening in that moment versus just literally seeing what happened in that moment with a video. So that's just kind of how I looked at it.
Okay, nice. I'm like, you gave me some insight of like, you know, the way you think and stuff. Nice. What is like your long-term goals with your photography? Do you want it to be in a gallery? Do you do it, you know, just, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that because I definitely want to scale to a full-on production company. So, you know, my brand is Shoot by Scoop. And so when I built my company and started, I was thinking of that already. So it's, I have it under Shoot by Scoop Productions. And so with that, I realized like, okay, I have a lot of these opportunities and I can't get to everything either. So as I'm in the, in the phase of building a team for that company, I've just been thinking of like, okay, if I can't get everything going, wow, okay, that just threw me off. I'm sorry. The lights just turned off. So once I realized I was in the phase of having a lot of opportunities that I couldn't, do by myself, I'm like, okay, it's time to build that team. So yeah, I definitely want to build a team of photographers, videographers, lights, cameras, and action.
I would love to see that.
Yeah. And then, so I'm sure we'll get to it, but I have an award show. And
I was going to ask you about it. It's called the Coco Awards, y'all. The Coco Awards.
Right. Yeah. And it's an acronym. It's a celebration of culture and outstanding achievements. So that started in 2019, February. So we coming up on our 5th year. February 17th was our first show in 2019. So yeah, I'm very proud of that. And that's one of the, shows that I produce along with my team, things like that. So that's just like one of the installments. But yeah, long term, it's about, having my own theater and doing what we already do, but in-house. You know what I mean? So that's definitely the goal.
Nice. Okay. Are you okay with me asking you some personal questions?
Let me just take this out.
Okay, yeah, look. Cheers. Where are you from? Well, you're from Long Beach, right?
Long Beach, yeah.
Okay. So what's interesting is me and him went to the same middle school, right? Stevens. And I'm like, did we cross paths? Like, do you remember me? Or because
Nah, I mean, unless you were with the bad kids.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Nope. I was in performing arts. I
I
was.
was too, though. I was in the African American Dance Club. You know what I mean? I did those things. I didn't play sports. My parents wouldn't let me get into sports, but I can get away with doing other little extracurricular. But sports, I could never really lock in. But I was friends with all the athletes, all the football players. But like, yeah, I was.
I'm older than you, right? By like a year.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's probably why. Because I was like, what? We was there at the same time. Like that's wild. And now we're here.
Yeah. The glow up is real.
Okay. No. Are you dating anyone or?
No, not dating. I wouldn't say that. The last time I dated was a year ago now. Yeah.
That's a while.
December, January. Yeah, I dated someone until about, what was that? April. Yeah, that's when I knew. Yeah.
Damn.
No, I mean, I feel like you gotta, as you get older, you stop ignoring the red flags. And I mean, to a certain degree, I kind of, allowed things to develop, even though I had a gut feeling that this might not be a good time for me and her to date.
Oh, it was about timing. It wasn't about who the person was, like how she was.
No. A little bit of both. A little bit of both. I mean, we did a great job of communicating though, so I understood, her personality and the things that she dealt with, and the things that were going to be that were going to affect our dating situation. I knew that early on, but again, I'm like, okay, everybody has something, that you got to, yeah, kind of get through and help them. I always feel like at the end of the day, we're going to help each other grow. Right. So I know that I had some things that I can, provide for her just spiritually and mentally and vice versa. So it's never just a complete loss. But yeah, that's probably the last time I dated seriously. Yeah.
Okay, so what about the time from then till now?
Oh, then till now, see, you got to think like even then, I wasn't planning on dating. Like, I really was just locked into what I had going on, and so I kind of just went back into nothing's. That's another thing too. I think is important. Like we can't allow, when we start getting involved with someone, we can't allow that to stop what we had planned.
Right.
So I didn't let that stop.
I agree.
You feel me? And if anything, yeah, I invited her along the journey of what I had going on. But yeah, it wasn't gonna slow me down like it used to when I was younger, and just kind of just trying to like prove to this woman, and then I'm not doing what I was supposed to or what I said I was gonna do. I think that's one of the biggest things of being a man is doing what you say you're gonna do, regardless.
Hello.
Of distractions. So women, have in the past they've been a distraction for me, to be honest. So I had to figure out how to balance that. But yeah, so after that, I was just like, you know what? Come on, bro, just get back on it, Yeah. And I try not to block it out though, but a lot of times I'm thinking like, I don't need that. But then when I'm not looking for it, someone comes around and I'm like, oh,
That's normally how it works. Yeah.
And then it feels like heaven sent because you wasn't pressed about it and it's just kind of fell in your lap. And I'm like, so it's something that I could never really just like completely X out, because
because I think like, your woman might be on her way. She might be watching,
Yeah. Nah, facts though. For real. I really be thinking about that. So I try to be open. I did an interview before recently, and at the end, the host asked me, or she said, yeah, he's single, y'all. He's a man of God. Hit him up or something. And I was like, nah, leave me alone. And that's when it cut.
Do not be sending that message.
Yeah, and I thought about it like, oh man, they probably gonna be like, oh well,
right.
We ain't about him. Like I'm blocking my blessing.
Right. Don't be blocking. Look, let me drink.
I'm telling you, it's a long journey.
No, I mean, I understand that because I have been single. A lot of people say too long.
Oh, okay.
I want to take a wild guess.
5 years.
Nope.
Longer?
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, 7. So this October will be 8 years.
Counting.
Well, people bring it to my attention.
Oh,
I just live my life. No, people have brought it to my attention and I'm like, how long is too long? But I understand because like, I don't want to be distracted in, then, your value, and it's like, you don't want to settle or nothing, but yeah. Well, is there anything that you would like to share with the people that's watching? And then what are your plans for this new year?
I just want to share, I guess, what always helped me is, everybody has their struggles, their challenges. We all come from something that was traumatic, in its own right. But if you really have a passion for something, like, you have to put that out in the world. Like, figure out a way to express it through whatever form of art or whatever you do, even if you're in corporate, like, just really do what you love. And I'm telling you, everything else is going to fall into place, but you have to believe in yourself. It sounds cliche, but I'm telling you, like, that's the start of it. It's really your mental. You have to reprogram. You have to teach yourself and tell your subconscious of what you want, of what it's going to do. We're in control. But, we lose control when we're distracted and we consume,
outside.
Yeah, we consume all these things that they want to distract us and focus on. So really lock into what you're passionate about and let people know. So that's what I'm going to do this year. Like I said, it's our 5th year of the Coco Awards. So we'll be having a ceremony. We also
Am I invited?
You are invited. Okay. Everyone is invited here. Okay. I would love for you guys to like come to our black carpet and if you guys want to work that, or you guys can just come chill too. Y'all don't have to work, but y'all can definitely host our carpet. We have a brunch as well that we do. That's going to be in the spring. The show is later in the year. So, and then like I said, February is our 5th year anniversary. So I'm gonna work on something for that and just invite like some special people, you guys included, to just celebrate 5 years of that. And just, every event we ever do, even though we have a good time, it's about networking too. I want people to, connect. Like to sum it up, that's my purpose in life, is to connect people. Like it's more than that, but that's just like what I dial it down to. So I love to see people, collaborate. That's our theme: collaboration over competition.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on to the podcast. I appreciate it. You're welcome to come back. So dramatic. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I post. And see you next time. Peace.